Hey everybody, I'm Quinn.
And I'm Scott, and it's time for the Almost Friday show for January 27th, 2011.
Started off and off the press, Duke Nukem. It's finally been, announced.
There's a day
There's a day
where potentially we could actually go to a store and see more than just posters of Duke Nukem Forever.
It only took them like 3 decades.
But I'm really disappointed because this is a gaming unicorn that has come in. The horn fell off and now it's a horse.
And probably an ugly horse at that.
I think so.
Sean's also bringing us a review of Dead Space 2 because he's been playing it.
That's his kind of game. He really likes it. It's a little scary, and you can.
He'll just tell you.
You can take people's limbs off. It's kind of crazy.
It is.
It's pretty cool. From the gutters this week, it's lightning round. Sam versus Dave versus time.
It's an epic showdown.
Always.
Of epic proportions.
Tech Insight. We're telling you about the IP-ocolypse because we're running out of IP addresses faster than you'd think.
Which, if you don't know what that means, we'll explain it to you and why you need to cower in fear in the corner.
Hoard them. If you have any that you're not using, sell them maybe. Big dollars.
Also, NFC technology might be coming to the new iPad and the new iPhone.
Yeah, you don't need wallet. What do I need that for?
I've just got a phone. We'll tell you more about that.
iPad.
Or an iPad? Yeah, that seems
weird. Yeah, no. Like that.
My credit card seems to make more sense in that scenario.
Yeah.
Hey, let me grab my iPad.
So let me get that out. Oh, it's not. The case is. Okay, yeah. There's problems there.
Yeah.
Then we're going behind the lens, and we're talking about Panasonic releasing a few cameras after CES.
Yeah.
Just a few more.
And we're also going to be showing you some windscreens if you're using some H1 or H4 microphones. And to wrap up our show, we're checking out Katy Perry as done by iPad apps and cats.
Well, not real cats.
It could be real cats.
That would be spectacular.
Well, okay. This is slightly less spectacular, but it's still pretty good.
iPad cat.
iPad cat?
iCat.
iCats?
That's probably already copyrighted by Steve Jobs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Without further ado, it's time for Off the Press. Hi everyone, welcome to Off the Press this week.
Starting it off with the tech unicorn of the last 15 years.
Not really tech, but gaming unicorn
It's not
of
tech
of
unicorn.
12 years
12
in
years,
fact.
all right.
It's been a long time, but he's finally back. That's right. No, it isn't Gordon Freeman because that's already happened.
What?
Yes, that will be the new one. That is the new tech unicorn. Is episode 3 of Half-Life 2.
Yeah.
We've not seen anything yet, except for some concept art, which looks pretty cool. But Duke Nukem Forever.
Finally.
May 3rd is the release date. It is in concrete. It's
Well-
coming. Well, okay, it's not really concrete.
Well, we'll have to see when May 3rd rolls around and
Yeah.
see what happens.
It's kind of it's been taken up by Gearbox. So after 12 years and I don't know how many studio closures
Like 5 or
and
6.
bankruptcies from 3D Realms, it's finally coming.
Mm-hmm.
We even have the trailer, and there's also been some video game footage leaked. So it's crazy. So let's just roll a bit of the trailer right now.
What? Did you think I was gone forever? Hell, I'd still hit it. Oh, yeah.
So that was really cool. It's exactly as I was hoping it would be. Anyone who's played Duke Nukem 3D, and all of that,
So, mindless comedic violence then.
very much so. Lots of TNA, lots of mindless violence, and also very vulgar.
The way
But
it
you know
should
what?
be.
Yeah. And this is the kind of game I'm hoping that they would make it. I'm tired of realism. Very tired of realism.
It gets old, people. Come on.
Yeah, like all of the modern warfares, all of the anyway, that's another
All
game.
right. So.
So it's going to be refreshing to see another game, but it's just going to be like Serious Sam, where it's just oh look, there's something. I'm gonna shoot it, and then oh, something shoot at me. Let's kill it.
So moving on to something that's a bit more appropriate for everyone. Another not quite tech unicorn. Portal 2 is supposed to be coming out April 21st of this year.
And
Pretty exciting.
this is really exciting because we've been seeing a lot from it.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a little bit of, I won't say controversy, but a little controversy with it because of the multiplayer, the co-op.
Yeah.
So
You
it's
know,
interesting.
for people who don't have friends, co-op mode kind of sucks. So they can't get 100% completion in the game. Just saying.
Yeah, Little Big Planet. So I'm talking to you. But so we'll be keeping up on the Portal news, and hopefully we can find more. And when it comes out, trust me, I will have another review
Oh my,
because
you will.
that will be awesome.
We won't see this guy for like a week.
Well, I'm pretty sure the 21st is actually a Thursday, so I will have it that Thursday, and I will be playing it all day. I will beat it, and I will tell you how it is.
Nah, he won't beat it.
No, probably not.
So another thing coming out this year, not quite video game related, but geek related, is the new Thundercats series, made by
they're making another one.
it's made by Cartoon Network. Supposed to be coming out later this year. I'm probably guessing a September October TV series.
Okay.
There are two pictures that was released at the London Toy Fair. That's happening this week, I believe.
Okay.
Other than that, not much news is known about it. They're kind of going with a cool anime style, but I really have no connection to Thundercats. It's just a little bit before my time, but
Yeah.
it looks kind of cool, right? No?
I remember just a little bit,
Okay.
and
So-
I hated it.
Alright, so speaking of things that are pretty awful and that you hate,
Yeah.
the Razzies, they're the movie awards for terrible movies, like the opposite of the Oscars,
Oh, God.
has an exciting new category this year.
Okay.
The worst eye-gouging misuse of 3D.
I'm still gonna be watching the Razzies.
I think they stream online because really there's no TV presence. for
I
that
will
sort
be
of
watching the
stuff.
Razzies
Eh,
because I can think of a few movies myself.
oh my yes. So nominated in this category are Cats and Dogs. I think there's a third one. Revenge of Kitty Galore. Sounds terrible. Feel kind of terrible. Clash of the Titans.
Wins.
Last Airbender.
Didn't see it.
Nutcracker 3D, which actually has a 0 on Rotten Tomatoes. Fun fact. And
Wow.
Saw 3D, which after the first Saw, the rest of them are pretty terrible and got substantially worse.
Yeah, all I'm thinking of when I think of Saw 3D is like Final Destination when I started doing 3D. So it just got worse and worse.
So
and
terrible.
worse. Yeah.
So this is actually something funny that we should keep in mind. I don't know why Yogi Bear didn't make it on the list. Just saying. And next up is Champions Online, now free to play.
What exactly is Champions Online though?
It's an MMO with superheroes.
Okay.
It's pretty cool, like highly customizable. When I played it when it first came out, so there's like a million like trees that you can pick. You can custom build your skills, or you can have like pre-made skills.
Okay.
And your character, you can customize it to be like super short and skinny, or giant and fat and round, and it's really cool. So it's completely 100% free to play. You don't have to buy the box in a store. You just download the client, and away you go.
I think I might play this.
And how they're making money is like microtransactions and like gold accounts and stuff. They just give you points,
Gotcha.
and you can buy gear and hair pieces or whatever. Nothing spectacular,
I see
but
though.
you know, it's a cool concept, and it's really good to see like top tier MMOs going free to play, just because
This could be something to check out then. Like
Yeah.
it should be something that because it is free and you got nothing to lose. I think I'm gonna
Exactly.
check this out.
worst case scenario, you lose like 2 hours of your life.
But Quinn was mentioning this earlier. Mac and PC or just PC?
Pretty sure it's PC only.
Oh well.
Whatever, like most games. And a game you can play on the Mac.
Nope.
What?
No.
Oh, you can't play Dead Space 2 on a Mac?
Nope. PC only.
That sucks.
There
for you.
was rumors that it was supposed to come out as Mac compatible,
Alright,
but EA is still very much.
yes.
Yes. So I've had time to sit down and play this game, and so far I haven't beaten it yet. But so far I can definitely give it a pretty
Sweet.
good opinion of this game. I mean, I played the first one all the way through,
Mm-hmm.
and it got predictable. So Dead Space, avoid the animations,
Yeah.
the animated movies. They are pretty bad. They get the story, they tell you what happened, but it's pretty bad.
Yeah, just go to Wikipedia for that.
Exactly. Dead Space 1, I think we reviewed it before.
Probably.
It was scary. It had its few jumps, but then it got very predictable. And it kind of lost its magic because you kind of sat there and it's like, oh, okay, I'm going into this dark room. It suffered from Doom 3 syndrome, which is like, oh, look,
I
a
wonder
room.
what's in this dark room.
Exactly.
Oh,
Oh, look,
no.
a dark room. Wait a minute, all the security lights just came on. I wonder what's going to happen.
Oh no, a scary corridor.
Yeah, well, this game kind of changes it. Dead Space 2, a lot of reviewers made fun of Dead Space 1 because it was too bright. You could see every monster coming at you from all the way across the room because that's where they spawned. They never came next to you. They were always way the hell off. Dead Space 2 fixes that. By first, just like in the first game, throwing you directly into the mix.
Sweet.
Because you wake up 3 years later from the first one. You still play as Isaac Clarke, the main character. After, spoiler alert, destroying the marker in the first game, you wake up and you're basically in a hospital on, I believe, Titan, orbiting Saturn, the moon.
Yes.
So you're in like a hospital there, and 3 years later, all hell is broken loose again. The necromorphs are back. We have no idea why. You're in a straitjacket, and you gotta run.
Sweet.
Yeah, no weapons for a while. It's pretty scary at that point. The best part, the atmosphere, the entirety of the environment has been revamped.
Sweet.
So like you're running through the dark corridor.
I was watching you play it earlier, and it definitely looked really slick. I like how there's like no heads-up display or anything. Everything is.
It's just like before.
It's built into the I don't really play a lot of these games, so I was watching it kind of like a impartial third party. It was really cool how they integrated like your ammo count and your health and stuff into your character. It wasn't like health bar, mana.
Yeah, it should be mentioned, like if you haven't played Dead Space before, it's not a first-person shooter; it's a third person. So you're seeing your camera's completely independent.
Sweet.
Because it's good because you can be running down the hall and see whatever the hell is behind you running after you.
Very good to have, spinning around.
And so far, it's pretty slick, pretty scary. It's had a couple of good jumps. It's gotten predictable now.
Yeah.
However, because of the way they've done the environment, darkness doesn't always signal that a monster's coming. Light doesn't always signal it, and even alarms don't always signal it.
Cool.
So this game so far, as predictable, not as boring.
But still
Still
awesome.
scary, getting pretty awesome.
Cool.
Gear is always cool.
So, since you haven't finished playing it, what do you rate it so far?
Well, everyone knows I hate giving ratings. So far, I would have to give it, I'm going to use Dave's letter system because I hate numbers.
Sure.
So I'm going to actually probably give it a B+ right now.
Sweet.
And hopefully by the time...
So like 75 to 80 then.
Pretty much. Actually, 75 to 80. It's looking pretty good.
Sweet.
Yeah, this could turn out to be really well.
All right, so moving on to the new releases this week. In theaters this week, The Mechanic, starring...
Jason Statham.
Yeah.
Kicking ass. Not as the transporter, but as...
But the same character, basically,
Yeah.
like in every movie. Whatever.
Yeah.
In DVD and Blu-rays, most notable one being Red, the Bruce Willis movie, and Saw 3D, in 3D and not 3D.
Yay.
Yay.
And then in games, we have, of course, Dead Space 2.
Yep.
And, oh, God, I dread to think it. Two Worlds 2.
Apparently it sucks.
Two Worlds was a very crappy ripoff of Oblivion. Please avoid it. Maybe Two Worlds 2 is good, but
No, not
I'm
really.
scorned from the first one.
Yeah.
I guess that wraps it up for the new releases.
Yep.
Right?
So on that down note, that's off the press for this week.
Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of From the Gutters. We are doing another lightning round. Alright, so the rules are...
This time, it's because we have to modify it, 1 minute per comic, and you have to be able to do it in under a minute, and you have to score it at the same time.
Within the minute.
Within that minute.
Sure.
I mean, dagnabbit.
All right, ready,
Okay.
set, go!
Alright, first one is Ultimate Doom, books 1 and 2. I decided to do 2 issues for this one, because, well, it seems right. This is written by Brian Michael Bendis. Covers are illustrated by Brian Hitch. The story is Ultimate Reed Richards is crazy smart, just like the regular
Surprise, surprise.
universe Reed Richards is supposed to be. He's 16, 17, 18, somewhere around there, and he's starting to go, you know what, I know how everything works. So I'm just going to go and make decisions for everybody. It's been very interesting. I've heard some very bad reviews about this, but I have really been enjoying it. I give this book a... I give it a B+. I give this book a B+.
Nice.
47 seconds. Awesome.
Ooh.
All right, cool.
Coming up on Sam and go.
My first book is World of Warcraft: Curse of the Worgen, specifically number 3, but I read all 3 of them in basically one sitting. It's written by Mickey Nielsen and James Waugh, art by Ludo Lullaby and Tony Washington. Basically a story about how the Worgens in World of Warcraft got started. The art, I really like the art style. It's like colored over pencil, so it's really no hard lines to it. The story is really wordy, but that's not too bad because you're basically telling an origin story of an entire species in World of Warcraft land, which is, very wordy. Unfortunately, overall, I'd have to give this like a C+, B-, being mostly held up by the art, just because the story was kind of meh so far. It's out of 5, so.
Yay.
All right, Dave, second comic and go.
All right. Second book I'm going to be reading today is Ultimate Spider-Man, latest issue. Written by Brian Michael Bendis, illustrated by David Lafuente and Sarah Pichelli. I'm really enjoying Sarah Pichelli's artwork on this. David Lafuente I also enjoy. I found in this issue, though, it was a little loose, a little too loose for my taste. Brian Michael Bendis' writing is, as ever, very Bendis-like. If you don't like it, you're not going to like it anymore now. If you do like it, more of the same. I've really been enjoying this series, though. Ultimate Spider-Man is probably one of my favorite books, and it's leading up to what will be the death of Ultimate Spider-Man. It's supposed to be an actual death of Spider-Man. Ultimate Spider-Man is not. Oh, he has died before, hasn't he?
Yep.
In this particular issue, is. Spider-Man starts his training, sort of. Iron Man shows up at his house. His aunt's not very happy about it, and all the neighbors are like, "Oh, I can't believe there's people in our neighborhood. Oh, this is really bad." Crap.
1 minute and 5 seconds.
I give this book a B+.
Cool.
Second comic and go.
Alright, so I'm doing Stan Lee's The Traveler, number 3, written by Mark Waid, art by Chad Hardeen, and colors by Blonde. It's basically a story about
I believe it's pronounced Blonde.
No, there's no E. So it's basically a story about a superhero who doesn't know who he is, or that's kind of what is coming across, who's trying to fight the bad guys who he knows who they are and they're bad and they can control matter and things to hold the universe together. And so far there's been a series of strange coincidences that can't possibly happen and some crazy science stuff that it's like, oh my god, this unknown superhero is using this science, but we invented this science. What the hell? I think we're on to something.
Patented that science.
I think we're on to something here. And at the end of the third one there's a big reveal. It's like, oh my god, one of these guys is... So overall, I really, the art for this is really, I'm going to say comic booky, so it's, it works for what it's trying to do. So I actually like this. It's kind of a popcorn read, so
Mark
B+, definitely.
Final comic, Dave, and go.
All right, a bit of a rant on this one. Fantastic Four number 587. Oh my crap. I'm sorry. Spoiler alert. I'm going to just get right into it right away.
Everyone knows.
Johnny Storm is the guy who dies. This was so disappointing. The drama was poorly delivered. The illustration was a little more than mediocre. The writing was poorly timed. And really, a death in Marvel? Come on. The last time you guys said we were going to make death stick, Captain America came back a year later. Really pisses me off. I'm very sorry,
5 seconds.
but this book gets an F.
Ooh.
Nice.
And final comic, Sam, go.
I'm doing Age of X Alpha 1, written by a handful of people and illustrated by even more people. Because it's basically a bunch of like origin stories saying how we got up to this point until now. So I think there are 4 stories in this, and This is me jumping into X-Men cold. So basically what I can gather right now is there's a war against mutants, and a bunch of them got together, bad guys and good guys, and they're saying, so how'd you get up to this point? Oh man, that guy's totally a badass because he was in prison, or whatever.
30 seconds.
The art, for the most part, since it was a bunch of people, I liked the art for the first story. Unfortunately, I don't know who did it. The art for the other stories it went from good, alright, and then crap at the end. The story was, again, 3 or 4 stories, so, whatever. Jumping to X-Men cold, I would have to give this one a C, because I guess it's not new reader friendly, but I don't think it was really made to be new reader friendly.
Minute on the dot.
Alright.
Well done. All right, that's it for Lightning Round this week, and we'll be seeing you next week From the Gutters.
Hey everybody, welcome to Tech Insight. We're kicking it off with some crazy IP address news.
It's the
It kind
IP-ocolypse.
of snuck up on us, really.
Well, not really. I mean, the people who should know about it have known about it.
They just didn't tell anybody else.
There's basically this international organization that is responsible for assigning chunks of IP addresses.
Now, if you don't know what an IP address is, it's basically your little plot of land on the internet.
More, it's a number.
Yeah.
It's about this long.
So, like, your house has a street and then a number on that street. And so if you tell someone to mail you a letter or you give someone directions, that's essentially what an IP address is on the internet. It points to a specific location where your website might be or where some stuff is
Because like
stored.
when you type google.com, your computer really goes to some other guy and goes, hey, what's the IP address? Because I don't know how to get there otherwise.
Yeah.
And it says go to 1, and it goes to 1. It's actually a longer number, but that's the idea.
So much like phone numbers, it's built of a series of digits, and unfortunately there's only so many combinations.
4.3 billion-ish.
Yes. We've now hit that limit?
More or less. I think last time I checked, there was about 3 major blocks left. Blocks are made of like big ranges of IP addresses.
Okay.
And then what happens is they get purchased by like groups. So like a university will buy a block because they'll need X number of IP addresses and stuff like that. So we're down to 3 blocks.
Okay.
And then once those get purchased and assigned to whoever they're supposed to go to, no one else can get any more IP addresses except for the people who have some left in their block, which is not great.
No.
Especially not with the whole virtualization thing going on where, there might be 1 computer at my desk, but it might need 6 public IP addresses because it's running 6 different websites or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a little concerning, but I wouldn't worry about it.
And why shouldn't we worry about
Not going to affect you at all.
it? Okay.
Your ISP probably has more than enough to last you and the customers for the next couple of years.
Now there is a fix coming.
Yes, it's called, right now we're on called IPv4 because it's 32 bits, I guess, and it gives you 4.3 billion addresses. We're moving to IPv6. I don't know what happened to 5. I really don't. Now, it's an enormous address. It's 128 bits. It's in hex, and it's much longer. I think it's 4 sets of 3 hex characters or something like that. It's a lot longer, and there's a 324 undecillion addresses available.
Look that up. It's a lot of numbers.
It's what, 50 octillion per person?
Yeah.
If we assume
An octillion's a couple steps above trillion.
quite a few steps.
So each person on the planet is allowed to have 50 octillion
Yeah.
IP addresses.
The problem is that's not ready to implement just yet. Not
okay.
everyone's on board with the IPv6. So cool to think that the internet's going to end, but no, I wouldn't worry about it.
In case you were counting, it should be more or less, 8 or 9 days.
Yeah, before there's literally no IP addresses left, no blocks left to give away. But in terms of your home network, it doesn't affect you at all.
No.
You can have as many computers as you want because you really only ever have 1 IP address.
It's
This
true.
is public IP addresses.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't worry about it. It's not really going to affect you. If it does, we'll let you know. Moving on, PlayStation. We talked about it last week.
Yes.
There was some leaked pics. Well, they finally announced it, and it's a lot better than I thought it was going to
Well, we should clarify. We talked last week about complaining about it not having 2 thumbsticks, and it does in fact have 2 thumbsticks.
2 thumbsticks.
So we apologize, PlayStation, but thank you for listening.
Yes, clearly ahead of time.
Yes.
But still. So basically, it's the most ridiculous handheld device ever created, I think, is what I'm going to throw down. It's got an OLED touchscreen.
All right.
I forget how big it is, of 4-ish inches.
Okay.
944 by 5 1040 or something like that.
Pretty good resolution.
4 times the resolution of the original PSP. Big jump there. There's a touchscreen on the back, same size as the, not a screen, just a touchscreen. Sorry, touchpad, I guess.
Okay.
On the back, dual analog sticks, quad core A5 processor,
There's quad cores in a cell phone.
quad core GPU as well.
What?
It's got
server off
it's
this
got
thing.
3G, it's
All
got
right.
Wi-Fi, it's got GPS, it's got a front-facing camera, it's got a rear-facing camera.
It's got side-facing cameras. No, I made that.
It's got a compass, and it's got the same technology that's in the PlayStation Move controllers.
accelerometer. Is that right?
So PlayStation just crammed everything they could into this. It's lighter than the old PSP.
How big is it though?
About the same. It's a little bigger because of the 2 sticks. They're
Okay.
actually sticks. They're not nubbins like the existing PSP. They're 2 proper analog sticks. And you
That
get
seems like it'd be really hard to put in your pocket.
the PSP is not something you put in your pocket. It's this long.
Okay.
It never has been, and I think that's where they were going with the Go. We know that it's going to be physical media. Of what kind, we're not sure. They didn't specify. Probably some kind of flash media. What they did demo is they took Metal Gear Solid 4, the PlayStation 3 game, and ran it on the new.
And that's a pretty game.
Yeah, they ran it at 20 FPS, and apparently it looked gorgeous at their press conference. That was kind of last night, this morning,
Okay.
because it was in Japan. It's cranking out some almost PS3 graphics, which for a handheld is unheard of. So that's pretty cool. They're calling it the NGP for now. Next Generation Portable.
That's silly.
I imagine they'll come up with a PSP insert letters here.
Hey, I got an
sometime.
idea. PSP2.
No, I don't like that. But it looks really sweet if you're a huge hardcore gamer who wants something realistically portable. Now it could be super expensive, which would kill it. I think if it's anywhere above $250,
Yeah.
which is oddly enough the price of the 3DS, I think it's done. Like $299 is too much because you
Well,
can buy
I
a
mean,
PS3
the
for
original
that.
one was like what, $500 when it came out or something?
$249.
But when it first came out,
$249.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that was more expensive than that.
No, it dropped down. Well, that's a lot for a handheld when the DS are coming out at under $200.
I guess, yeah.
Because I mean, $249 for a handheld, but the PS3 was what, $500 when it came out.
I guess, and now it's $299.
Yeah, so it's kind of, it needs to be $249, I think,
Yeah.
or less. But it looks really cool. And the other thing they announced is there's this PlayStation Suite, which they're
Okay.
announcing for Android. So basically, they're going to allow, they're having their own store kind of thing,
Okay.
where you can go buy games to run in the PlayStation Suite on Android phones, and they're going to start by releasing old PS1 games.
Cool.
So they're really going behind this whole, let's jump on Android and still make a console so we're really relevant across the board. So it's a pretty exciting announcement from Sony if you're a big gaming kind of guy. I would buy that over the 3DS, I think, for sure. Especially since they're going to start throwing titles like Little Big Planet and all their proprietary stuff. So it should be good. It should be holiday season this year.
Yeah. Well, speaking of other big announcements, Intel's bringing out a brand new product. It's called the Core I-Am.
Now with more boom boom pow inside.
Absolutely. So, in some sort of random move that no one really understands, Intel has decided to hire Will I-Am of the Black Eyed Peas
Yes.
to be, what was it? The
Director of Creative Innovations,
I
think.
see. So he's going to be like, I want more dirty bits in here.
I guess.
He's just going to stand on top of a table and be, I'm gonna be better than everybody else.
What the hell, Intel?
Like, why don't you just go out and hire Arnold Schwarzenegger? Like,
Hire anyone else. That doesn't make any sense to me. Side note, he's also producing music solely for Intel. Not in general, but like he is making music that's for Intel as well as his
So
own.
Intel's going to develop an operating system, and all the sound effects are going to be made by Will I-Am's mouth, being like, boom, boom.
And you know, if that comes out, it'll be literally the worst product ever.
Kind of a burning party, it'd be awesome.
Intel needs to reevaluate this decision because they think they're trying to be cool.
Now, does he have any background?
No.
Oh, like, good.
He's a music producer
Ah,
and, obviously an artist-ish. Different story. But, yeah, I don't know. Not being cool, Intel. Just saying.
well, we're just gonna all the Intels instead of beats by Dre, it's gonna be sound by I-Am.
Processes by Will.
I really don't know what they're gaining out of this, outside of stupid publicity. But I mean, I think the people that would care about Will.i.am wouldn't really care that he's back.
Intel.
Like, I gotta go buy an Intel product now because Will.i.am works.
He's
with
going
it.
to think
Like,
about Southbridge processors in his next, I don't know.
Oh man, moving right along. Interesting news, potential news.
Rumors. We like rumors.
We do.
Rumors are always fun.
About the new iPhone and the new iPad, and some possible NFC technology, near field communication.
So that's more or less, it's not exactly the same, but it's like PayPass for your MasterCard or the Visa proximity thing where you can just kind of swipe it.
Yeah.
And you don't actually have to, like, just touch and go kind of thing. Android, I believe it's the Nexus S, Samsung Nexus S. which
Yes, it does have.
has NFC built in.
Yeah.
So basically the idea is instead of carrying around your credit cards and your debit card, you can swipe your phone to make payments.
Now, the problem with that technology is the back-end infrastructure.
Yeah.
Because it's all well and great that your phone might do it, but if every place you go doesn't support it, well, then you're not gaining anything from it.
And more importantly, if you don't get some kind of standard,
Yeah.
you're screwed because, let's say I have an Nexus S and you have an iPhone that has it.
Yeah.
And we go into Starbucks. Well, Starbucks has the swipey thing for the iPhone.
Yeah.
Well, great, my Nexus X does nothing. Even though they're both linked to my Visa, let's say. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So, I think it's interesting that this rumor came out, because if Apple jumped on board...
Then it's going to force a lot of people to want to do it.
Yes, but is Apple also going to throw those clauses that they like, whereas, yeah, you can only do it, but only with us?
Yeah.
Because there's nothing to say they couldn't do that. So I really don't
Although
know.
I think, unfortunately, if Apple was like, hey, you can do near-field communication, but only with us, it wouldn't go anywhere.
Maybe.
Because, I mean, those terminals at job sites are not cheap things. So to implement an entirely new pay system purely to support one brand of phone. Now, granted, there's a lot of iPhones, but there are also a lot of Android phones.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people with iPod Touches and iPads.
I suppose.
So it's kind of... I don't know. It's just interesting to speculate. Because
It
I
is.
really don't know what's going to happen there. Obviously, this is all rumor. We have no idea whether
But I
these are
think,
gonna
but I
have
think
it.
if there was a company to
I think it'd be a good... Yeah.
to cause near field communication to become a standard, it would be Apple because of their dominance in the
Yeah.
mobile field right now.
At least over here. I know that exists in Japan.
Yeah.
They've had it for years.
I think Japan still has that thing where you just, like, your cards get scanned as you walk out the door.
You just kinda pay.
You just kind of put stuff in your pockets, and as you leave, you pay for it. I mean, that technology's actually existed for a little while.
It's not... The thing is, it's not complicated technology. It's just
No.
our society kind of moves slowly in some areas.
Well, and also we're always afraid of new things because you're gonna have to explain to people how to use it. It's like, oh, how do I do it with my phone? It's like, well, touch it. It's like, but that's complicated.
Yeah, and then they go, well,
It's like everyone.
I just stole your credit card. Well, no, you didn't. It doesn't work that way.
It's like how people are confused about having chip Mastercards. It's like, this is so complicated. Like, haven't you been using debit for 20 years?
Yeah, but I hate the chips, but for different reasons.
Well, yeah, but it's not any more complicated
No.
than using a debit card.
No.
Yet people are still confused by it.
Yeah.
They
I
go,
know.
what am I doing? Why do I have to do this?
Where do I put it? Yeah, it's a problem.
It is. So, I mean, I feel like near-field communication is awesome, but the only people that ever appreciate it were people who actually understand their devices, of which that percentage is much smaller than the rest of the people that use
It's true.
devices.
It's actually, if you look at it, this many people have iPhones. This many people use their iPhones like iPhone was designed to be used. It's kind of like,
It's true.
interesting to think about. To wrap up the segment, Google finally kind of almost, well, it's hard to tell because when Google released something into beta, that might be it. They might be done with that
It's true.
and never remove the beta tag. So, but anyway, you can now print from any Google, I guess it's just their office suites,
Okay.
like Google Docs, Google Spreadsheets, Google Presentations,
On your phone.
on your phone, on another computer, to your computer where you've set up a printer.
Ah, okay.
Yes. So you need the newest version of Chrome for this, Chrome 9 point something,
Okay.
which apparently I didn't have, even though apparently Chrome updates itself. So what's that about? When you do that, you can go in and set up, say, I want to use this printer as my Google Cloud printer. Then let's say I'm at your house.
Yeah.
I want to print something.
Yeah.
I can print it from your computer to my house.
Interesting.
Or from my phone to my house. So I don't know how useful it works fine.
I guess. I guess it's like a mental note of, I need a hard copy of this. And then when you get home later that night, I
Usually,
have things to read.
yeah,
or-
usually you need a hard copy immediately, but I don't know. I guess, no, I don't.
They're trying to simplify things, I suppose.
I guess. I mean, it's a feature they should have. I don't see its huge usefulness. Should be noted that for now you can only use a Windows PC,
Okay.
which is not surprising because printing is really not printing's not implemented well anywhere. but it's even worse on Linux-based systems, so like Mac and Unix and Linux and BSD and that. So apparently it's coming, but not soon.
All right, well, that brings us to the end of Tech Insight for this week.
Hey everybody, welcome to Behind the Lens. This week we're talking about Panasonic because they released a few more cameras.
Which really, it was kind of a smart decision because they didn't show nothing at CES. They had cameras for CES. They had a couple point and shoots and they had their video camera. So they got some press at CES. But now, after CES, everything that happened is kind of a big jumble. So it's
Yes.
like, what was announced then?
A lot of stuff got
And
missed.
Panasonic's like, we got some more to tell you about, but now no one else is announcing anything, so they're getting all the limelight. So I kind of like that they did that because it was like, here we have stuff at CES, and right after CES,
More stuff.
some more stuff. So they announced 2 new cameras. The first one's their TS3, which is the upgrade to the TS2, which was their waterproof camera. What they've done with this guy, which I like, is it's a little bit cooler looking. They've added GPS, which we all agree is an important feature to have on a life-proof camera because it's really a function of that kind of camera. They've upped the waterproofing to 40 feet from the 33 that everything else has had up until now. So they're deeper than everybody, which is kind of cool. It's recording 1080 60i high definition video.
Cool.
And it's 12 megapixels, so they've scaled back from the 14. So hopefully that'll yield a little bit better picture quality. And it's a 5 times optical zoom lens. So they've really put a bunch of stuff into this camera, which I think is pretty cool. As well, they brought out the new ZS10 and the ZS8. The big thing is that the ZS5 and the ZS7 were marketed as having 16 times intelligent zoom, which was kind of misleading because it wasn't. They'd put a big 16 on the front,
Okay.
but it wasn't 16 optical zoom. It was 12 optical plus 4 digital. But the 4 digital they had was doing special post-processing, so there was very minimal quality
So
loss.
it wasn't like with normal cameras where you zoom and then you can
Yeah.
see the
So
as soon as you go one time.
It was an effectively usable 16, but it wasn't a true 16. So the new ones are a true 16, which is nice. So they're both 16 times optical zoom. They start at 24 millimeter wide angle, which is super wide, so really big range on that guy. The ZS10 has GPS built in. It's doing the same 1080 60i, and it has 10 frames per second at full resolution for burst fire shooting, which is pretty cool.
pretty good, yeah.
As well as this new 3D mode where it takes 20 shots and then it merges the two best together to create a 3D image, which you can then view on your Viera 3D television.
I think that's gimmicky.
Yeah, well, the problem is that Sony's been doing it for a while, so they need to jump on the bandwagon because other companies are putting 3D-esque modes into their cameras. Sony's is actually kind of cool because you do this, and then it creates an image from it, and as you shift the camera, you see the perspective change. It's sort of a faked 3D. It's kind of cool. Anyway, so those are going to probably be coming out in the next couple of months. If you want to pick up a waterproof camera, wait, because this TS3 is going to be a nice camera. In other news, read an interesting article this week. A guy was sitting around, and he's like, hey, you know what would be cool? Let's do a photo shoot using iPads. And he happened to manage to scrounge up nine iPads, and he put them in groups of 3 on some boards, and then he went out and did a photo shoot with them.
Now he's talking about lighting.
Yes.
iPads for lighting.
Yeah.
They don't actually have cameras.
No. He was using professional camera gear, but he was using basically, boards of iPads to light something. Now, he did say in the blog post that this is completely unrealistic. It is not an alternative to lighting because it would cost about $4,500 to buy 9 iPads.
And be worse.
And would not give you nearly as much light as what you would get out of a regular set of strobes. And you can get a good set of strobes for $4,500. You can get a great set of strobes for $4,500. So it was more of a, hey, I'm bored and I have access to 9 iPads because my friends are apparently very,
That guy.
That guy. So the results are pretty cool. I think it's a neat concept. It's one of those things like if you don't come up with new stuff to do in photography, you'll just kind of get bored. So it was.
So just do arbitrary stuff that you have lying around the house.
Yeah,
I've got
be
these
like,
9 iPads.
Why not try and do a photo shoot using iPads as lighting? I admire the creative attempt of being like, this doesn't make any sense, but heck, let's do it. The photos that came out of it were really cool. I like the light you get from the iPad. It's a very diffused and it's a sort of cool light because the screens themselves. The neat thing about the iPad is you can change the color temperature by just putting different swatches of colors on, which is kind of neat. It's a very versatile light. It's just not really bright. But because it's so big, it's very diffused. So it's a really nice soft light with pretty cool tones. So I thought the pictures turned out really well, and if it didn't cost $4,500, I'd be like, yeah, let's shoot some stuff with iPads.
So there you go. If you're ever on the road, your lighting breaks,
And you've got a crew that has a whole bunch of iPads.
you're set.
Get some plywood and just bolt that stuff together, and boom, there's your photo shoot.
Done deal.
So lastly this week, we are checking out the Redhead Windscreens. These are made by a gentleman in Hawaii, and they're known to have a lot of wind down there, being an island. So he felt the need to come up with...
than one island.
Well, yeah, but
I'm sure he's only on one island at a time.
he exists on multiple islands. So he decided that, he really liked his handy H4, but not so great in the wind. It comes a little, sock for it, but it's really designed to just get rid of the...
If you've ever used any of those foam kind of windscreens, they're not very good for anything but someone's breath.
Yes. So ultimately, he decided to design some of his own for a handful of different brands. He makes them for Sony and Tascam and the Zoom series, and he's got some more coming for Edirol and Alesis and stuff like that. So he makes a bunch of them. They're pretty well priced. They go for $35 US, which is actually pretty cheap for a windscreen, because a lot of the times when you get a good quality windscreen, you're paying like
A lot.
60, 70
Yeah,
bucks
at
for one.
least. Yeah.
So we managed to actually pick up two of them, because we got an H4 and we have an H1, and we picked up two of them for 60 bucks, which was a pretty good deal, or 55 bucks or something like that. We've got the Albert Einstein over here on our H4n, and basically it's a little fur cap with an elastic band, and you can just put it right over top of the top of your recorder, just like that, and now you're rocking out. You got the Emo H1 right here. They're really, really well made.
Yeah,
the material
the quality is very good.
It's very dense fur, which really helps cut down the wind. I mean, you can shake it like this, and it's not going to pick up anything. He's got a pretty cool video. If you go check out his website, that the main video you see is... Quit giving my hairstyle. The main video you see is he's got an H4 out on a windy beach, and he's got his iPhone, and he's playing some music out of his iPhone, and he doesn't have one of these on. You're just hearing, just going crazy. And he doesn't cut, and he just slides it over, and boom, you can hear that iPhone. So even in some of the windiest conditions, these things really, really work. So if you're using an H1 or an H4 either on an SLR rig, or if you're doing interviewing in the field or anything like that, these are a really handy tool to get you much, much better audio. I mean, you're a sound guy, so
Always use a windscreen.
yeah.
It's so simple. The foam ones are specifically for, I'm standing at a podium inside,
Yeah.
and I'm going to breathe occasionally between words, and that's all they're built for. They're not built for anything else, and they soften the pops and stuff a little bit, but that's it.
A lot of people assume that if you're indoors, you don't need a windscreen, but if you've got someone, especially if you're working on a small film or something, and you've got someone with a boom mic, just that person moving the boom mic around in the scene.
That's the thing. If your mic's not stationary,
Yeah.
which to be honest, most of the time it's going to be, but if it's not, you're making wind.
Yeah.
So
I mean, they even have a purpose if you are indoors and you've mounted something to a boom pole to try and capture something. You want to have one of these anyways, just to prevent this motion.
And I think even if you're interviewing, if you're in like a busy room or something, it is going to help.
So I mean, we also have a windscreen for our shotgun mics that we use for the show, and honestly, I like these ones better.
That's because they're cool looking.
Well, I find the material itself seems a little bit more robust than the Rode sock we have, but maybe it's just me.
Well, and we haven't necessarily compared the audio qualities either.
Sure.
But it is very, nothing's falling off, really.
You're definitely getting a well-made product, for
Yeah.
sure. So if you are looking for a windscreen for any of your portable recorders, check out redheadwindscreens.com. And fast shipping, guys in the U.S., you're getting good quality products. And that brings us to the end of Behind the Lens this week. Hey everybody, it's that time of the week where we try to make you laugh with something funny we found on the internet.
Mm-hmm. And this one, you will laugh with cuteness,
Yes.
maybe.
Well, okay, if you like singing cats, or what cats would sound like if they were capable of singing, and you like or even maybe don't like Katy Perry,
Mm-hmm.
then you will probably find this entertaining and well put together.
Yes.
So here is a rendition of, I believe it's Teenage Dream
Yep.
by Katy Perry, done with nothing but iPad apps, one of them being a cat singing.
the main melody of that was played on an app called Cat Piano.
Yes, which allows you to choose between different cat sounds,
Yes.
and then they play with the keyboard.
Mhm.
It's good.
It's not like analog cats where you lined up a series of 12
No,
cats.
I want to know, like, were they punching cats to get different frequencies out of them, and then just
I'm gonna crush your dreamer now.
What? Oh, well, sure. What's my dream? Is my dream that they're punching cats? Because I don't really think my dream is
No, they
punching
sample
cats.
one cat and then you just kick the sound.
Modulated?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot less fun than punching cats to get frequencies, though.
They probably just punched one cat.
Or they just shake the cat.
Meow.
And then they just the cat's making all kinds of noises, they're shaking it back and forth, and they just parse out the different frequencies.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
I'm gonna go with that's what's happening.
Okay,
It's
sure.
much more entertaining that way.
Okay, and if you want to tell us how that is not entertaining, or oh my, that is so entertaining, the quickest
Please don't send us videos of you shaking your cat to make sounds. We'll be upset. We
we
like
will
cats.
send that to 4chan, and
And 4chan will ruin your life because that's what they're good at
they'll
apparently.
big slap you off the internet.
They got this ion cannon thing that they can aim at people apparently. It ruins websites. I don't know. Something like that.
So if you want to contact us, the quickest way to do it would be on Twitter at almost_Friday.
Or you can send us an email with really happy pictures of your cats running around and frolicking
Oh,
because we love cats.
yes we do.
And you can send those pictures to contact@almostfridayshow.com. So until next time, I guess if you have a cat, you should play this song for your cat to see if your cat will either A, dance, or B, sing along, or C, walk away in disgust. And then send us an email telling us what happened when you played this for your cats.
Mhm.